How about versus what about? Is there a difference between starting a question with how about and what about? Can we use both expressions interchangeably?
I think they can be used interchangeably. There's a lot of overlap between the two, but I would usually use how about when making a suggestion that I feel is best. I would use what about when I am less set on the idea and more willing to listen to other suggestions. What about can also express an objection, whereas how about does not. How about going to a movie? I would love to, but what about the kids? Meaning that we would have to arrange for their care. See this link and this.
I think how about is used when suggesting an idea which could be answered or not, whereas what about requires answering, but I'm not very sure.
What about is usually a way to bring an objection or potential obstacle into consideration in my experience, whereas how about expands, rather than restricts, the possibilities. This is a very good way to describe it. Here are some examples. Andy, I'm bored. There's nothing to do, Danny. How about we go see a movie? Andy, I'm bored. Let's go see a movie, Danny. What about our exams tomorrow? In the first example, Danny expands the possibilities. Andy thought there was nothing to do, but Danny reminded him that they could see a movie. In the second example, Danny limited the possibilities. Andy wanted to see a movie, but Danny reminded him that they had to study for their exams. On a side note, what about cannot take a sentence? What about we see a movie is wrong. You can say, however, what about seeing a movie, or what about a movie?
From what I've learned teaching English and what I've seen in most books, the difference is that we use what about plus noun and how about plus verb. It's a pretty simple explanation, but that's how it's being taught in schools in Brazil.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.